We have got our wire in. We actually now have 2 alternators sitting here. A couple extra accessories also came in. Everything that we need to kind of get the build, the main electrical portion of the build done. Let's get that wrapped up today. Real quick, guys, I know I mention this every time, but of course, got to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of this build series, of course, Def Bonts. Very, very happy to be working with them on this build. Cannot thank them enough. They make some of the most top-tier products that I have tested out on the channel, and they have been an absolute blast to work with, so super thankful for them. Also, of course, got to give a big thanks to Big Jeff Audio. He has also helped out with the build, helped me get some stuff in here really fast. He's been an awesome dude for the time that I've been doing stuff with him, so thank you as well. Parker the Basic here. Welcome to another build series that we are doing for the 2023 Sundown Audio Show in the Sequoia. Of course, the 20,000 watt build. To get the electrical wrapped up, we got to finish running our grounds. All my power wire came in. We got to run some more positive leads. And we've got to get a high output alternator installed. Now, if you saw in a previous video, my Brand X alternator started having some issues, so I had pulled that out, shipped that off. First off, I do want to say they did get it. They went ahead, just replaced all the internals in this thing, just so it would be, basically brand new, tip-top shape, ready to go, which is awesome. I really, really appreciate them for doing that. So that is great. That being said, in the meantime, while I was waiting to hear back from them, Big Jeff had reached out to Mechman, and they actually just went ahead, made and overnighted me one of their alternators. This is technically a 240 amp alt, even though it does about 267 amps at 1800 RPMs. So huge shout out for them for doing that. I've run a Mechman alt in my truck. Really awesome from what I've heard. They make great alternators. So I do think I'm going to be throwing this guy in, testing it out, seeing how it does. So we'll do that today in this video. So I got to speak of Tony over at Mechman. He was really awesome. He gave me some pointers, asked some questions to make sure we got the right alt in my hands that I needed. And in this video, he wanted me to go over with y'all just a thing on the website that shows how to pick out the exact right size belt that you need when installing an aftermarket or a high output alternator with a smaller pulley. Just make sure there's still plenty of tension on the belt, so we'll be doing that as well. We also got in a piece of plexiglass to cover the front of the battery. Now guys, this stuff was stupid expensive at Lowe's. So I found a sheet on Amazon, but still this is a 1/4 inch sheet, and it was still like 40 bucks or something for one sheet. It was going to be like almost 4 times that at Lowe's, so here's what it is. Yes, sir. Obviously, it's still got a film on it. I guess we'll leave that on there for now, but nice and sturdy. Real quick, Mechman, since they sent me an alt, they wanted me to show y'all their directions for getting a smaller belt. Of course, when you get another alt, it normally has a smaller pulley. Therefore, you need a little smaller belt just to keep the tension kind of the same. Now, they have directions right here. You just go to Mechman.com, click on Quick Belt Finder. That'll bring you right here. Again, they give you pretty much the directions that you need. So we're gonna click on this link right here. This is gonna take you to DecoAftermarket.com. And then once we're here, we can just look up what model vehicle we have. So we're gonna go do that, 4.7 liter. You also can look up by VIN, or I believe you can even look up by your license plate number. Okay, so it's gonna show a couple things. We of course want belts. We're just gonna say see details. So what this will tell us is that the factory serpentine belt comes with a 88.25 length belt. From there, guys, just go to your auto parts store. Tell them you need a belt that is, of course, half an inch shorter than that. So in my case, 87.75 inches. They can go find one for you and get you on your way. The other way you can do it, guys, tell them you need a serpentine belt. They can look it up right there. It'll tell you exactly how long it is. Then just tell them you need one that is half an inch shorter. That's what I did for this guy. Mechman recommended I go ahead, buy a new belt since I'm throwing in a new alternator anyway. So yeah, I just went over there, told them what I needed. Told me to half an inch shorter. They went and found one that was half an inch shorter. Well guys, not really looking forward to this, but gotta do what we gotta do. Okay, stock one finally out. Quick little comparison of these two. Of course, much smaller pulley. Just means this guy will spin faster at the same RPM. Then of course, this guy's a teeny little terminal right there. Whereas over here, we got a nice thick boy, so just perfect. So yeah, fellas, let's get this guy in. What makes this a real pain is this stupid oil power steering pump. You gotta let it loose and slide it out just to get the alternator out. Oh well. Okay, the old guy just felt a little loose, a little worn out, and I didn't need this fella anymore, so figured might as well throw the new connector on there. It's a little nicer anyway. They actually put glue and everything inside there to make it real nice, and it did just snap on a little bit better, so went ahead, made my new adapter. So, should be ready to throw this on the car. This has been beyond a pain to get the alt in. Let me show y'all why really quick. Now, here's the brand X alt, just because the other alt is still kind of up there. And it's just a huge pain to pull it back out. So we'll just demonstrate with this. This has got the same kind of connector. Now, on this alt, you'll see the connector comes out the back. That's because this bracket right here, which is the bracket for the power steering pump, it sits right here, just like this. So it literally sits right up above it. So when you slide this in, it basically rubs. So on this guy, you would just pop it out the back. No big deal. On this guy, this bracket sits just like this. Now on the brand X one, you can see right here, there was a metal here. I had to go cut this off to give enough room to plug the guy in. But of course, what that means, the problem is, once it's plugged in, you can't get the alt out, so you gotta unplug it. Then the art barely slides right under that. So I went ahead, put the mech in, which looks the exact same as this. Everything looks to be the exact same, but this guy must be sitting just a millimeter or two further in, because this guy is sitting right over it, just like that, which means I can't plug in my guy that I need to plug in here, and of course that's no good. So I had to go pull this off, which is just a massive pain, really tight to get to. Okay, we took a pretty good chunk out of that guy. Obviously, this thing is really thick, still plenty strong, but hopefully that'll give me the clearance that I need. All right, we have got that bracket back on now, so hopefully this will work, guys. Keep your fingers crossed. All right, so you can see we shaved down all this right here. Moment of truth. Oh yeah, guys. Fit in there just perfect. Woo! Okay, alternator installed, power steering pump back installed, everything looks good, so guess we gotta throw the belt on there, guys, and hope it works. Okay, got the new serpentine belt on, looking nice. Still has, some play to it. You want a little bit of give with your belt, but just not too much because it can slip. With getting a shorter belt, basically what Tony was kind of telling me is that if you don't get a shorter belt, when you first get on the car, these things will work just fine. Alternator will power just fine, but once the alternator is under load, I guess there's really kind of resistance within the alternator. Again, there's a load on it, so it actually means that the serpentine belt has to work harder to turn it. And if you have a serpentine belt that is a little bit loose, when it is under that extra stress, you know, it could slip, you know, and then you'd see voltage drop, you wouldn't charge like you should be, all that good stuff. All right, guys, let's turn this thing on once again, see if it works. Seems to be working like normal when it's just sitting here idling. So I'm gonna throw the under tray back on and then I guess go run it down the road, make sure it's all good. Once again, big shout out to McMinn for getting that out to me absolutely ASAP so we could get it on there and get ready for the Sundown show. Okay guys, didn't really film this just cause kind of hard to film, but we got a bunch of this wiring done and a little bit cleaned up, so let me show you all that. First off, on this side, and all my positives ran, of course, down through there, go under through there. So gotta clean up the rest of this a little bit, but at least that's the majority of it. And then over here, got all my grounds from the battery done. Of course, you saw all those grounds were done. We then got all my positives all ran, all cleaned up. Those, of course, run to here. Guys, I love this. Looks nice and neat. Absolutely love it. So next up, we're just gonna run positives, 6 positives from here to my fuse block, and then we'll basically have the majority of the wiring done. Okay, I've got my last runs made. Now I am out of heat shrink, but we're gonna go ahead and throw these on, test fit them, make sure all that's good. I have ordered more heat shrink, so next video, we'll get all that put on. All right, with that, the main bulk of the wiring is done. Everything except for, of course, wiring to the amp. So that is super exciting. So, of course, once all my heat shrink comes in, we'll pull some of those back off, get them all heat shrink, get everything super, super nice and neat, looking clean. But at least everything here, you know, at least I know it fits, it's functional, all that good stuff. So that'll wrap up this. But in the next video, guys, I guess it'll be time to put in the subs and the amp. Now, I was gonna put in these fights first, see what they could do, and then put in the big guys. But I don't think I'm gonna have time to put those in, make a video, test them out, and then pull them back out. So I think I'm gonna put in the big guys here, get everything ready for the show. And then after the show, guys, I'll have tons of time until the next show. So pull those out, test out the fights, get you all a video, show you all what they can do. Then, of course, pull those out, be giving some of those away. Now, as I promised, I said if we got to 100,000 subscribers before the Sundown show, I'd give away at least 4 of these to one of y'all. Guys, we are within a couple hundred subscribers. By the time this video goes live, we might even have crossed it, so definitely going to make good on my word. Somebody will at least be getting 4 of these, maybe more from just really feeling it. We'll see, or maybe I'll give away 2 people, we'll give them 4. I don't know yet, guys. We'll figure it out, but yes. Gonna be giving some of these away. 90% there, guys. So close. Cannot wait to get this all wrapped up. So y'all stay tuned for the next video. I appreciate each and every one of you. Remember, as always, keep basing on